What's up, buds? It's Fly High FPV, and I just got in the new RadioMaster Pocket. I will only be carrying the ELRS version. I think that's the best. It's going to be the most useful and versatile for pilots. This one is charcoal gray. I also have the clear ones, but without further ado, let's open this thing up and see what's inside. Nice little clamshell to keep it safe. There's the radio itself. And then inside the box we have, looks like 2 sets of springs and USB and instructions. We won't be reading any instructions today. Oh yeah, look, there's a screen protector too. Get this out of the way and let's see what we're here for. Nice soft bag, RadioMaster. Got all the attention to details, and here is the radio. There's no sticks in it because the sticks are back here. These are machined aluminum, and they just grip right into this. This is a soft rubber back here, like the grips on many radios. It's not hard plastic like it looks. And then on this side you got the 2 little sticks. These are really sharp on the top, milled aluminum, very lightweight. I do worry the threading may become a problem just because these are aluminum eventually, but just be careful putting them in. You should have no issues there. Yeah, this feels good in my hands. I've got big hands. I'm a man. I'm nearly 300 pounds, 6'2". I'm a big man, and this feels all right in my hands. I can get on these buttons up here. This is what I would naturally use for arm, is back here. Although this is momentary, I'll probably end up using that because it is a latching. Gimbals are smaller than I'm used to, but they still feel good. I have no problem hitting the ranges and controlling on this. I think this is going to be a great little starter remote for most people. It's got a module bay in the back that's covered up here. That way you don't break the pins if you're not using it. But that allows you to put a nano receiver on. Internal, this radio is 250 milliwatts ELRS. If you want more ELRS power, you could stick a Radiomaster Ranger in here for 40 bucks. Snap right in, and that would jump you all the way up to 1,000 milliwatts. You could also take the Crossfire Nano or the Tracer Nano or Ghost Nano and put any of them in that bay and got an instant upgrade. The batteries are under here. It runs on a pair of 18650s. You just kind of pull these grips up. I'm just going to do one right now so I don't have to push them back in. This grip does come all the way off. It's just clipped in with these little tabs. The little tabs kind of hold it in place, and it does hold the 2 18650s. To put them back in, you got to kind of massage it, get it back into all the little cracks and crevices. Takes me a second, y'all. Be patient, please. Get it all back in there. This is very much like the rubber grips on the backs of the Tango 2, to be honest. But they actually give you little thumb tabs to pull them out easily. Whereas I would normally just use a prop on the Tango 2. It does run on 2 18650s. If you need 18650s, these are the ones I recommend. These are Panasonic NCR 18650B. They hold the world record for capacity. This is a 3400 mAh Lion, so massive capacity. They don't deliver tons of amps, but for a radio like this, you're just barely sipping power. This is perfect. You want maximum capacity. If you want, I'll add these to your Pocket. $6 a piece, or 12 for the pair, and you'll have the best batteries you'll need. You can plug in right here to charge the batteries inside the radio, so you don't need an 18650 tray. If you do charge a lot of 18650s though, I recommend just a plain battery tray, something simple so that you can juice your stuff up nice and quickly without having to be using some kind of USB charging. just allows you to put the amps in that you require using your smart charger that you already have. Let's see. Let's take a look at this radio.
Welcome to HTX.
Throttle warning. All my switches are in the right position. They want them to be in the back. I do like the little antenna. It's nice and stiff. It feels pretty secure. This may eventually break off if you're not careful, but I feel like it's a reasonable level of durability here. I mean, my Tango's got one of these and it's never broken off in all the years of using it. It's cool that it's got little LEDs inside to indicate the buttons are pushed or not. The difference between the latch and unlatched on this is pretty minor, so being able to see that visually is pretty nice. Trims.
Trim center.
I don't use trims. They're always just in the way. But they did a good job of making it all into 2 buttons here so that it's minimalist instead of doing 4. I like that. Under the hood here, you've got standard OpenTX. If you want, you can go through and see all the pages. If we go back a page, it's got the ELRS it already installed on here for the Lua script, a bunch of games, whatever. It's got TBS Agent Lite, that's great, and it looked like the Wizard Loader, I think that's the Betaflight one. Anyway, you got the tools built in already. Everything else here is standard OpenTX EdgeTX though. Come back out of here. Let's check the model menu. Model's already set up. One thing that a lot of people have asked is about the LEDs on here, if there's any programmability, and I have not found any additional way to change the LEDs. Even going into the hardware screen, I'm not seeing anything along those lines. But yeah, good little portable radio. It's neat that you can see inside. And again, this one is the charcoal or smoke gray. There's a clear one as well. If you want to do a custom paint job, definitely get the clear one. These do not use the same size gimbals as the other radios on the market, so there's not a metal upgrade for these yet. I do have the ones for the Boxer though. 2 USB ports. The one in the top is for your computer. If you want to use this as a joystick, then plug in right there and you can sim. The one on the bottom is for charging. They make them separate, I guess for simplicity, the charge circuits, but it'd be kind of nice if they would charge your controller while you're playing Sims too. SD card is right here and easily accessible. Looks like a trainer port or a headphone jack. Yeah, that's got to be a headphone jack because this is a trainer port on the top. As far as the buttons go, you've got latching, 2-3 positions. This one is momentary, and then you've got a dial over here. It's got a beep in the center, but not an actual detent that I can feel. Yeah, pretty cool little transmitter. I like that it's just pocketable and small. I mean, that's why they call it the Pocket, because it's so tiny. This will actually fit inside the hoodie pocket, so if it's cold weather, I'm good to go. I like that I can take the sticks right off and pack this thing up. A lot like my DJI controllers. Yeah, and the price is right. 65 bucks for good quality radio. I have had many cheap giveaway style radios that have failed or have issues with the gimbals, and I don't anticipate any problems like that at all with Radiomaster. They've been making really good quality stuff for a while, and they're a recognizable brand. This also just feels way more durable. Here's one that's similarly priced and feels way less durable and light. This just feels like thin, cheap plastic, and this feels substantial. I could sit on this, I feel like, without breaking it. It's just beefy. This one just feels light. And I've had a lot of issues with people telling me that their gimbals failed electronically, not the like the mechanisms. So yeah, RadioMaster Pocket. It's on the site now, flyhighfpv.com. They are also a sponsor of Castle Crash. So we'll be giving away tons of prizes at Castle Crash this year if you're able to make it. But I just wanted to open this thing up and show you guys first look at the RadioMaster Pocket now that it's actually in stores and available to purchase. If you got any questions, shoot me any questions in the comments below. I'm always happy to help and answer them. Again, they're in stock right now. If you're watching this a week or 2 weeks or a month later, I don't know that they still will be, but I'll probably just keep getting more boxes of these because I think this is going to be pretty nice. I think I'm going to continue to carry this, the RadioMaster Boxer, the Tango 2. I think those are kind of the best controls on the market right now, and that's what I like to represent. Hit me up, flyhighfpv.com, and I got anything you need.